Mhm. We're in the dark here. There's a power outage, and just in our building, their hydro is working, I guess, on something, and it's affecting our building alone, it
Oh, is it
seems.
just the building?
Yeah,
Oh, I thought it was near environment.
no.
Oh,
It seems to be a planned activity
uh,
for them to do some work here, I guess. That's
oh,
and I was not aware of that. I
okay.
know it's because of the mail, so they didn't send something because usually they would send by mail if there was
Uh-huh.
something.
Right.
So maybe that's, but I'm surprised that they didn't. Like if
But
it's just one building, they
but
could
then
have
again, it's
easily come here and put some kind of notice. Yeah. But
it's all good.
that's why it looks a little kind of in the dark over here. But we're not in the dark. The world is in the dark. The building might be in the dark, but we're in the light. We have Tanya. We have Chumash Rashi. We just finished learning, right? We have the teachings of Torah. So if we have that, we're never going to be in the dark. There's a story when the previous Rebbe was 11 years old. There was uh, an officer who was taking advantage of a Jewish merchant, and the 11-year-old previous Rebbe, Yosef Yitzchak, he saw it like he was like kind of beating him up. So he went in to beat up the policeman. 11-year-old beating up, it didn't work exactly, right? And he got thrown into prison. 11-year-old boy got thrown into prison, and he was in the dark. Not only in the dark, but there was, other things in there that were not so, appetizing, shall we say. He just concentrated on his Mishnah that he knew by heart. And he just focused on his learning. And even in the dark of a dungeon, there was the light of a 11-year-old boy. Yeah. So we may have no electricity here, but we have light. We have a little sunlight coming in from the outside, but more importantly, we have the light of Torah. We have the light of our neshama, of our soul. We have the light of mitzvahs. And of course, the Jewish people are a light. Oh, okay. We got to learn quickly because the power on my laptop is going to die. Just got word. Let me see. Yes. All right. Only 10% left.
Oh, so
All
you're
right.
stuck to.
Yeah. So the question in the continuation of essay number 4 is, how is it possible that you have an esrog, it's from the citron fruit, right, to be a holy object when before it was used for a mitzvah, it was just a fruit? Similarly, take a hide of an animal. How does it, from a hide of an animal, right, of a kosher animal, and that hide now that could be used for, making clothing, and now you use it for a Torah scroll or for a mezuzah or tefillin, and it becomes holy. So there's the process over here, according to Kabbalah. But how do we understand? How do we understand that it can change? And how do we change it? Just because I'm using it for a mitzvah? Just because, and therefore it now becomes a holy object that it's being animated in such a holy way? Says the Alter Rebbe gives a metaphor that when you take a seed and you put it into the ground, and that seed initially it rots, and what does it do? It becomes nothing, right? But what it does is arouse Mother Nature, the Earth, Mother Earth, right? And arouses it that now it's going to bring forth a fruit-bearing tree. In other words, we see that something that's nothing can arouse something that is so much greater than itself, right? That seed that is nothing when you think about it. What's a seed? And not only that, it rots. Yet it has the power to activate the power of growth that's within the ground, something much greater than itself. So the same thing is we have the capability of imbuing in a physical thing that first all it is a citron or the citron family, right? The esrog or the hide of an animal, but through now using it for a mitzvah, so we activate in it something greater than what it is on its own stead. Right? Earth is just but earth. But the seed activates something in it that's so much greater than what it is by its own, natural quality, shall we say. So we activate in the esrog, in the parchment, and it becomes activated in something that's much greater. What is that? The fact that its root source is coming from the breaking of the vessels, right? From the breaking of the vessels, and that it is able to now read to the name of Sag, the name, 63-letter name of God, that is bringing into it a much more profound level of godliness. And that's briefly, and my battery's going to die. So we're not going to do Rambam today, unfortunately, online. And I just thank you all for joining. I'm Rabbi Ronnie Fine, coming to you from Chabad Zurich and Kadesh in Montreal, Canada. It's a privilege and a pleasure to share with you the Tanya. Be a light.